This is Burnell Yow. Say hello, Burnell.
Hello, Burnell.
And Betsy Alexander.
Hi.
You were my first client.
Oh.
When I had
Yeah,
the little gallery experiment when I just had the window.
I still
And
remember seeing Linda's painting
Was it
from
Linda-
across
Linda
the street
Maynard?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it from across the street and I wanted it.
I wouldn't
That's
have ever
hanging
had a gallery.
upstairs.
Had it
Yeah,
not
you'll
been
see
for
it
you guys,
upstairs.
I would never have had a gallery.
Aw.
And you guys have bought art by so many great artists who are totally underappreciated, who might not have galleries, but you recognize the value of their work. And you have just you're the best example of anyone I've ever met in terms of collecting art.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so this is why I wanted to interview you guys.
Buy more original art.
Yes.
We should do a video about you.
No, maybe. If you're welcome to. You are welcome to.
How to film a video with a small child.
So I have one question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Just one?
Yes, just one. Why do you buy art? You.
I have been buying art. I probably bought my first painting when I was in high school. And in fact, my parents were very angry at me because I used all of my savings to buy it. Art is, it's like the best thing humans do. It makes me feel like human beings deserve to be on the planet making art. And so I like supporting that activity. And it's beautiful and you live with it and you look at it every day and it makes you in a good mood and it just brightens everything up. And
My experience was a little different because before I met her, I spent most of my money on art supplies as opposed to buying art. I'm not sure I ever bought a piece of art until I met Betsy.
You just made it.
I just made it.
You made it.
Made it and hung it up.
And yeah.
Now I live in a gallery and museum, so I'm just inspired all the time.
Yeah.
My big thing is just the energy, the inspiration of being surrounded by art.
It is true. And you know, each piece you buy is different. There's no two that are alike, and there's no two artists that are alike, and then the artist's work itself is all different. It's so not mass produced. We also do always agree when we buy a piece. If you like something and I don't like it, we don't get it. If I like something and you don't like it, we don't get it. It has to have both.
Yeah,
of
but
us.
you'll sometimes like it more than me, and I'll go along with that because I know how much you like it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
So you humor
But
me.
she never does that. It never goes the other way. She's like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like
Well,
that.
you should tell
I
me.
wouldn't want to live with that.
If you don't like something, you should just tell me.
Well, it's a combination. It's a combination of do I love it? Do I want to live with it? Can we afford it? And is there space for it? And if those four things line up, then we own it.
I saw Judith Schechter's first show of stained glass windows. I happened to just stumble upon it. I think it was in B Square Gallery or something like that. And I walked in and I loved those windows. They were like $800. They were exquisite.
wow.
And we just didn't have $800 at that time. And then one time my mother gave us some money. She said, I know you don't have any savings. She gave us a little check. And I went to go buy, a work of art with it. It was the Raven woman upstairs in the bedroom. And it turned out Burnell had been looking at this work of art, this sculpture, and he loved it, and I didn't know it. It was in a works gallery when they were on South Street, and I had been looking at it and loving it, and he didn't know it. And we took my mother's money and bought a piece of art.
And we can only admit to that because her mother's
Because
dead.
she's dead. We never knew, we never told her. Oh, that little bit of money you gave us for savings, we probably.
Timing is everything.
You know, some people buy art for investment, and that's not why we do it.
No.
Yes.
How do you know?
I just see something and I love it. It's just something I want to look at all the time, you know. I see it and I want to live with it. I don't want to leave it where it is. I want to be with it. We just brought a robot home with him and I said, no, I couldn't have him. And then I couldn't stop thinking about this robot. I just couldn't stop thinking about him. And finally, a month later, I had to go back and get the robot because I knew I was going to think about him the rest of my life.
Or how do you know?
It's always been immediate with me. It's a gut thing. It's not a head thing at all. When I walk into a gallery or a museum or even a flea market, I tend to walk faster than most people do. I just kind of scan the room and I'm immediately attracted or repelled or just indifferent to a piece. And if I'm indifferent, I keep moving. If I'm repelled, I keep moving, generally. If I like it, I'll pause a little bit. But it's always been an immediate thing, and I just don't think about it. You just feel it, you know. It's just, you like it or you don't, period.
Well, what would you tell somebody somebody who wanted to buy art but felt that they couldn't afford it?
Oh, you can go to things like Art for the Cash Poor that In Liquid
Plug,
has. There's all kinds of artists at different festivals and different fairs selling their own art. The Rittenhouse Art Fair. There's all kinds of events in different cities where artists and student art shows, like at the schools. You can go to the schools and see the student artwork and buy that. I think there's all kinds of affordable art out there. Well, look, David Gerbstadt sells his art for like $1. I mean, there's artists out there that just are selling their work very inexpensively just to sell it because they want it out there.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people buy things on payment plans, and I've heard of some people sometimes trade as well, like even like
Trading.
even like somebody who's a professional that might be like an accountant or whatever.
Oh yeah, dental work for art. Well, galleries and art shows. We're sometimes in shows that we're in. You know, Burnell's in a show, and then the other artists just got their work in that
Well,
show.
we're also in the Philadelphia Dumpster Divers.
So we have friends that make art
So you've got about 60 people that make art from trash.
and found objects.
And a lot of, we have a lot of diver art.
I really think it's the main reason that human beings should be on the planet is because we can make art and express ourselves creatively. And I really enjoy owning the creative output of other human beings, and it just inspires me. It makes me really happy to look around and to live with it every day.
True, I agree with all of that. I also think that, I have this theory that creativity and the expression of creativity is like an extension of the Big Bang. You have that explosion and everything moves out into the universe is created. And we're kind of, when we're being creative, we're expressing that same outward energy. So I'm surrounded, you know, this is like a universe, a small universe inside a larger universe being surrounded by art.
It's inspiring to have art. Really, it inspires you every day. It makes you feel
Very
good.
inspiring.
You wake up, you just feel good when you see art.